Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Beal with Paducah Bank, and welcome to the PPP Second Draw application tutorial. In this video today, we are going to walk through the entire process of completing your second draw application. We'll start by showing you how to log in to start the application, and we'll walk through each screen and get to the very end where we submit the application to the bank for review. I do want to let you know as we navigate the application today, some of the screens are loading at the bottom of the page rather than the top of the page. And you can simply scroll to the top of the page to continue the application. We will encounter this during our tutorial today, so you will know exactly what to expect. We are working with our PPP application vendor to get this corrected, but it does not impact your ability to complete the application. Before we get started, I do want to go over a few items that you will need to complete the application. First, you will need your cell phone and a valid cell phone number. A cell phone is required to use our online application, and you'll see why in just a moment. So make sure you have your cell phone handy. Number two, your 2019 or 2020 annual payroll report itemized by employee, and you can use either year for your application. Number three, your 2019 Schedule C if you are a sole proprietor, and that Schedule C will also serve as your payroll report. Number four, your 2019 and your 2020 quarterly revenue comparison. To be eligible for the second draw program, your revenue in one quarter in 2020 must be at least 25% lower than that same quarter in 2019. Number five, your 10-digit SBA loan number if you received your first PPP loan with another bank. If you received your first PPP loan with Paducah Bank, your 10-digit SBA loan number is already on file, and we will put that into the application for you. And finally, you will need to use Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Edge as your internet browser. This application is not compatible with Internet Explorer. So once you gather all of that information and you are ready, then we can get started. So let's dive in. To begin the process, each client should receive an email from the bank that looks like the one on my screen, and that email will come from no reply at ppp.paducahbank.com. If you don't have this email in your inbox, make sure you check your junk email first. But if you still don't see the email, just give us a call and we'll be happy to resend the email to you. That email is important because it contains your link to begin your application, and each link is unique to each borrower. So once you receive the email, simply click on the link to begin the process. Once you click on the link, you should get a page that looks like this, and you should see a red button that says Start the PPP Origination Application Process. Click that button to begin. The next screen should display a cell phone verification check. This screen wants to verify the number we have on file for you and whether or not it is a cell phone number. I do have my cell phone number listed here, but I do want to show you what to expect in case we don't have your cell phone number. So I am actually going to click No, this is not my cell number. If we do not have your cell number on file, first, you're going to enter your cell phone number, and then you will either enter the Social Security number or the EIN of the borrower for this loan request. So if the borrower is a sole proprietor, you'll use your Social Security number. If it's a business, you will use your EIN. So now we are back to that same cell phone verification check screen, and now your cell phone number should be correct. So now we can click yes, this is my cell number. Once you click that button, you should receive a text message on your cell phone with a 6-digit code. That is a one-time code. So enter that code into the text box and click submit. So our next page, or I really should say our first page, is the instructions page. So it will just give some general information and instructions about the loan program. As you scroll down, you'll also notice there are some links to the SBA and the US Treasury if you want some additional information. Before we start filling out the application, I do want to draw your attention to the exit button here. This exit button will appear on every screen, and if you need to do something else or walk away from your computer or you don't finish your application in one sitting, you can click exit log out. That will exit the application and it will save all of the information you've typed in so far. When you're ready to begin again, you will simply use the link in your email and navigate back to the application. To get signed in, it will text a new 6-digit code to your cell phone number. You'll type in that code and you'll be back in the application and you can pick up where you left off. One of my favorite things about the application is there's no username and no password. You simply use your cell phone to get signed in each time. Also, at the bottom of the screen, you will notice an authorized user section. You do have the option to add an authorized user if someone other than the business owner will be completing the application. To add an authorized user, start by clicking the New button and enter the name, the company, the email address, and the cell phone number for the authorized user. Once you've entered all of the information, click Update, and your authorized user will receive an email with a link that allows them to access your PPP application. If you need to add an additional authorized user, click New to repeat the process. Otherwise, click Continue to move to the next page. Now, as you can see here, as we discussed at the beginning of the video, this page did load at the bottom rather than the top. So if your page looks like this, or perhaps it looks like this, don't panic. The web page is just loaded at the bottom rather than the top. Simply scroll to the top of the application and you can continue. And as you'll notice on this page, we have some general information about the borrower. If your first PPP loan was with Paducah Bank, a lot of this information should already be populated for you. But just pay attention to the boxes that don't have any information in them, particularly if they have this little red asterisk. That means the information is required for the application. So just take a moment to complete those empty fields, and then we'll continue to the next page. At the bottom of the screen, you will be asked to select your 6-digit NAICS code. If you do not know your NAICS code, you can enter your business type into the search bar below for assistance. After using the search bar, if you are still uncertain of your NAICS code, your business tax return should have one listed for you in the top left-hand corner of the first page. So for our example, I'm going to use a restaurant NAICS code, but I don't know that code off the top of my head. So I'm going to do a search for restaurant. And as you can see, I have two options to select from. So I'm just going to say that I am a full service restaurant. Now that all of our information is complete, we can proceed to the next page. The next page has a list of qualification questions that are required by the SBA. So please be sure to carefully read each question and answer appropriately before proceeding to the next page. So our next page is going to ask a series of financial questions. The first question asks how you plan to use your PPP loan proceeds. So just check all of the boxes that apply. But remember that at least 60% must be used for payroll. So be sure to check that box. For our example, I'm just going to say that we're using all of the proceeds for payroll. Immediately below, you'll be asked to enter in the number of employees. If you are a sole proprietor, please type 1 into this box. The next box asks you to answer a question about your business operations in 2019 and which option covers the most time that your business was in operation. So read through the options and select the option that applies. For our loan, I'm going to select that we were in operation the entire year of 2019. After selecting the appropriate option, we'll move down to the next screen and it asks you to enter your 2019 gross receipts for a quarter compared to your 2020 quarter gross receipts. Again, you can select any quarter that you want, but you must select the same quarter for 2020 and 2019. For our example, I am going to select second quarter. Once you enter your revenue totals, the system will confirm that the reduction was at least 25%. As you can see in my example, I had a 29.17% reduction, which means I am eligible to apply for the loan program. Remember that you will need to submit documentation to the bank to support these numbers. On the next page, you have a question about the statement that best describes your business. Simply read each option and select the one that applies. Next, you will enter your average monthly payroll, and you can calculate this using your 2019 payroll or your 2020 payroll. Remember that payroll costs are capped at $100,000 per employee on an annualized basis. Also, you will need to submit a payroll report itemized by employee to support your calculations. For sole proprietors, please use your Schedule C, line 31, divided by 12 for your monthly payroll. You are also capped at $100,000. Once you type in your average monthly payroll, the system will automatically calculate your loan amount by multiplying that payroll number times 2.5 or by 3.5 if you are a restaurant or a hotel. You may remember on the first page, I selected my NAICS code as a restaurant. Because my NAICS code is for a restaurant, the system automatically multiplies my payroll by 3.5 instead of 2.5. Once your loan amount has been calculated, save and continue to the next page. The next screen asks for information on owners and principals. You must enter this information for all individuals or entities that own at least 20% of the business. If no one person owns 20%, just enter information for one owner who you would consider to be the principal of the business. If you are a nonprofit, you may enter information for your executive director. To begin entering information, select New and then enter all of the information on the first page. If you want to enter demographics information for your business owners, scroll back up to the top and go to the second page to enter that demographics information. As a reminder, demographics information is not required in order to apply for a second draw PPP loan. Once you've entered all information on your owner or principal, click Update. If you need to add an additional owner, click New to repeat the process. Otherwise, click Save and Continue to go to the next page. The next page asks you to upload required documents. So you will need to upload your 2019 or your 2020 proof of payroll. You will also need to upload your 2019 and 2020 revenue comparison reports. If you received a first draw PPP loan with Paducah Bank, you do not need to upload any documents related to proof of ownership. Please also note that only PDF and Excel files are allowed to be uploaded. Once you've uploaded all of your documents, save and continue to the next page. So we are now on the last page of the application. And of course, you're going to see that I have a blank doc test document here. I just uploaded a test document, but you will see all of the documents that you uploaded. You will also have a PDF copy of your unsigned PPP application. So feel free to download this for your records if you would like. Immediately below your documents, you will see a signature method box. Please select electronic sign and then enter the information for the person who will be signing the application. Even if your application is completed by an authorized user, a business owner still needs to sign the document. For nonprofits, documents may be signed by the executive director. Once all of the signer information has been input, please select Complete Application. And your application is complete. The website will just direct you back to the first page after 10 seconds. But once your application is complete, it will automatically send to Paducah Bank for review. Once we have reviewed your application, you will receive another email from DocuSign that allows you to electronically sign your application. Once you finish signing your application, it will automatically transmit to the SBA. The SBA has up to 48 hours to approve the application and give us a confirmation number. Once we receive confirmation that the loan has been approved, we will prepare loan documents and we will contact you to schedule a loan closing. That concludes our tutorial video for today. If you have any additional questions, please call us at 270-575-5700 or email us at sba@paducahbank.com. Thank you for trusting Paducah Bank to assist you with your PPP application and have a wonderful day.